This is Time Warner Cable's local edition. My name is Brad Pomerance, and we are joined by Jim Clarke. He is a council member in Culver City, just re-elected. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
A tremendous victory. Two incumbents were running, as well as two others, and the top two vote getters were you and the incumbent mayor. How does it feel?
Feels great. And besides, I could have a real appreciation for people in the state assembly or Congress that have to run every 2 years because I had gotten an unexpired term, and so running 2 years later. Now I get 4 years, and that could feel a lot better.
So why do you feel as if you were able to break through? Because like you said, only 2 years, and so your name ID was probably not as high as others. What worked?
Well, one of the things, when I was there for a year, the paper had interviewed me, and they talked to the former mayor, and he described me as Mr. Everywhere.
Okay.
And so that label is kind of stuck, and I really do make an effort to get out into the community and be visible. So I think I was able to have pretty good name recognition.
Right. Well, congratulations. I want to talk about a portion of your city. I know Culver City well. I live just north of the city. And for our viewers, there's a movie theater, Pacific Theaters. Right. And then, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a mile down, there's a Trader Joe's. In between that is just an empty lot.
That's called Parcel B.
Right. And there is a question about what would happen with that empty lot because that downtown area is so well developed, yet that lot is empty.
Well, except that it became a Christmas tree lot, or it was an ice skating,
which
outdoor
isn't so
ice
bad,
skating rink.
But
yeah.
It just seems as if it's crying out to be developed. But there was a challenge because redevelopment was eliminated, and that was part of a redevelopment zone. And so there's a question whether the city could use redevelopment dollars to move forward.
Well, it was even a question of whether we had clear title to it or not, because the state actually was taking back these projects. We claimed that we still had a valid contract in place for the development of it, and that we still owned it. And so it's taken 2 years, but we've gotten all of our redevelopment projects back, not only the Parcel B, but also at the Expo Station and out on West Washington, all of our parking lots. I think we're one of the first cities in the state of California to win back our redevelopment
Was
project.
it through litigation or through negotiation?
I would say through negotiation. Our city manager and community development director and Councilman Andy Wiseman went up to Sacramento several times, really got to have a lot of face-to-face meetings with the Department of Finance and convinced them that overall there would be more money that the state could realize if we were allowed to go forward with the redevelopment project.
But I would presume it was also clear on its face that these projects had been in the pipeline.
Yes, except that when the law was passed, the legislature actually went back before when the law was passed and created a date which was prior to some of these contracts being put in place.
So how did you then get around that? It was a negotiation.
Yes, exactly.
So what can we expect to see on Parcel B?
Well, one of the things, we've got great restaurants, as you know, and thank you very much for coming in that. But one of the things we're lacking is some retail that we've got. So we're gonna be able to put more retail on it. It'll be a mixed use development.
Housing?
There could be some housing
Apartments?
there too. Yes,
I'm trying to think. There are no apartments downtown Culver City now.
Well, we have one complex that we've built right off of downtown.
It'd be great to have apartments up above.
Right, exactly, for doing that. But we want to maintain this town plaza kind of view, so there'll be these kind of Spanish steps where people can eat their lunch outside and have a plaza with it. And we're right adjacent to the Culver Studios, which, as you may or may not know, has been purchased by Hackman Capital, and they're planning to put in a lot of effort in at the time when the Culver Studios was built, it was the most technologically advanced studio, and now it's almost 90 years later, and
so they're going to revitalize.
So they're going to revitalize it. They're going to try and bring more production in. So I'm very excited about what's going to happen to our downtown.
And of course, the historic Culver Hotel, where the Munchkins were housed during the taping of Wizard of Oz in 1939. His name is Jim Clarke. He is a member of the Culver City City Council. I'm Brad Pomerance. It's Time Warner Cable's local edition.